Alright, welcome back to another one here in the kitchen today. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a quick venison pot roast. So I've already pre-chopped my potatoes and carrots. I'm gonna add some salt to that. The other thing I'm gonna do when this is all done is retain like the gravy. I don't know what you want to call it, but retain the gravy from this. Strain it out, cool it, skim it, and then can it, because this is basically stock. Because in here I'm also going to add some dried parsley, thyme, rosemary, and yeah, that's basically what you'll get. Next step is to sear off the venison. Alright, so got our cast iron skillet, and we're going to start this off like a 4 on my stove. I think you can see that, 4.5, whatever that is. I always like to start off on like a medium to medium low heat as I'm preheating the skillet, and then we'll crank this up to like a 7.5 or an 8. This helps protect the skillet a little bit more. You're not going from 0 to 160 all at once. Alright, so this is like my favorite cut of meat to make a venison roast with, and it's one that often ends up in your grind pile. This is a neck roast, okay? So the reason pot roast is so delicious is because of all this connective tissue that's in a traditional piece of pot roast meat. Okay, and so a lot of times guys just cut this neck meat out, toss it in their grind pile. But if you take the time to sear this off, see all this connective fat, right? That's like intramuscular fat, so that's not the tallowy, waxy stuff. It's one of the only places on the deer that you get actual, like, will render in a slow cooking method a bull fat, and they're awesome. So I've got a couple more chunks, but I just wanted to talk about the cut of meat I'm using, why I'm using it. All this breaks down. All this turns into like a really silky smooth collagen. It's just delicious. So I'm gonna get this seasoned, seared, and keep going. And for seasoning, obviously my favorite. Now this is going to be a pot roast, so really you don't need a ton of this. It's not like a steak, because some of this is going to melt off into the pot too. So like I don't do a super heavy coat of this. But I mean, this is really just salt, pepper, garlic, onion, some other stuff. So, alright, so we got our pan real hot, and we're going to go 4 minutes on each side. Alright, so that's been pretty much seared on all sides. Really the reason that we do such a long sear is because we're trying to create a layer of meat that's going to really protect the inside of the roast, so that it ends up staying a little bit pink in the center. So there's that. We got this one to do next. This one probably doesn't need to be quite as long in there, maybe 3 minutes aside, just because it's long and skinny instead of thick like the other one. But we are using cast iron. It's always a good idea to have something just to protect meat, chuck it in the pan, give you a little extra flavor. There you go. All right, so here's the finished product, and just gonna see that. See how we preserved some red in there? That's from doing that real hard sear on it. But look, I mean, that stuff just falls apart at the touch of a knife. So this is all ready to eat. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, tight lines, tight chains, shoot straight.